Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different, and as you can tell in the description, we're going to have a look at a Jeager lecoultre club automatic fake. So these Jeager lecoultre clubs were a bit I don't know, they are a bit of a travesty on the JLC brand, and a huge drop in their quality in terms of overall finish and movement and everything. But because the JLC name is printed on them, they are still fairly expensive, all things considering. So in the late 60s, JLC decided to put an AS movement into a case and have the name printed onto the dial, hence selling the cheap Jeager lecoultre club watches. So this one, as you might just see from this photo, but I'll point out later, is a fake from that's been put together in India. You'd wonder, why would you fake a Jeager lecoultre club? Well, that's because that the real ones still tend to fetch between £1,000 and £2,000, and if you then find a fake one on eBay for £300, you might be tempted to think that you're in for a good deal, not knowing what you're really buying. So for the untrained eye, it's quite difficult to tell that it is a fake, because when you look at pictures of original ones, I'm going to add the picture in a second, you can see that the print quality of the original ones weren't very good, and you can also see on the hands that they're fairly cheap hands on them in terms of the way they've been pressed and cut out. If anything, the hands on this fake actually seem to be in a better quality than what you find on many of the originals. But the first thing that stands out is the print. I'm going to put a close-up on that in a second. What you can see is it's well, this one is very thick, and you don't have, it just looks off if you compare it to the original. Second thing you can notice is the extreme low quality of the crown itself. It's uneven. It really looks like it's just been stamped out of a low quality metal. Even the JLC clubs would have been slightly better than that. A big giveaway is that we have no serial number on the case back, which all the JLC clubs I've seen, they have a serial number on the case back and a case reference. Let's open this one up. So on the inside here, we have somebody has had a laser engraving of lecoultre on the case back. Pretty crudely done, but this is also wrong. Originally it would have had Jeager lecoultre or lecoultre stamped into the case back. They did not have laser etching machines when this was in production, so that's a dead giveaway that this is a fake. They also tend to seem to have metal case rings, but I don't know if they changed that later on. You do have a lecoultre edging on the roto, which does not seem to have been made by the same laser cutter, and it has an infill. And to be completely honest, there's no way really you can tell any difference from this AS movement compared to the original or the way the logo has been applied. So I would say I couldn't give you a guarantee that this is an incorrect movement, but just because everything else has been put together, this might be incorrect as well. So, or somebody has gotten a hold of some of the quote-on original oscillating weights for these and put them on these otherwise generic AS movements. But as you can see, it's just absolutely the lowest form of decoration in one of these AS movements. Not a bad movement in themselves, they will keep time and well built, but this is the lowest jewel specification, as you found in the original clubs as well. One thing I did notice is that this does not have the Inca Shock protection, which all the clubs I've looked at seem to have. So yeah, in a way, even though you're buying a fake watch, you're buying a fake watch with the exact same movement, if that's any consolation. Is there anything else? No, I think that's about it on the JLC Club. Watch out what you're looking for. See, it's I think if you pick up one of these for £300, you're still overpaying, because you can get a very nice AS based watch with a higher quality and better quality than this, for about £30 to £40. This one needs a service, even though it was sold as new old stock, which is well, as fake as the rest of the advertisement. Another thing I find quite giveaway is you can see how the Swiss disappears underneath the marker the Swiss made. So obviously that is even the JLC Club don't stoop that low in terms of quality. It's not far off, to be honest. You can also see the case has been over polished. This is not a new old stock case, it's a case that has been polished to death. It's got pretty rounded edges. And the movement has had wear. It actually has an oscillating weight. This balance comes from a different movement, because you can see there's no scratch marks from a worn balance on the movement itself, but there is on the pallet bridge. Yeah, don't pay £200–300 for a 40 quid watch with the logo, incorrect logo on it. Then it's much better to buy an Olma or some rather unknown Swiss brand with the correct case and movement put together, and it will actually be higher quality than these JLC Club fakes. Even though, yeah, I haven't really looked at JLC Club in person. I've just looked at the photos online, and my impression is that they have a fairly generic Swiss standard case, which is not bad, but it's nothing spectacular neither. And they have the AS movement and a fairly low quality on the dial print, etc. So yeah, I've not been impressed. So if anybody wants to send me an original one for an evaluation, I'd be very happy to look at that now that I've looked at the fake. But the fake one definitely does not impress me much. But to be honest, I don't think it's much worse than what an original one would be. But that does not mean it's a good buy. I think you can buy a much better quality watch for a tenth of the price of what some of these fakes go for. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So until next time, have a good one.